Good morrow to thee.
Well, this is an unexpected surprise.
Would I be right in supposing thou art he who is called James?
Yes.
Very well then. Depart from us forthwith. Now then, let us proceed.
To what do I owe the pleasure, Zestial?
I would not deem pleasure a fitting term for this matter, yet I suppose the occasion may warrant its use. Tell me, James, dost thou reckon thyself a soul of curiosity?
I would say so, yes.
Those who seek knowledge oft cast aside their caution. Eagerness may prove a fatal thing, as I am certain thou art well aware.
It certainly can be.
To mine understanding, thou hast been upon somewhat of a long and arduous quest to fathom every manner and measure of hell. Verily, I must confess, thou hast taken great pains to keep thyself from the notice of others.
How did you know?
If thy intent were truly to remain unseen, I would not have chanced upon thee or thy spies. Yet thou seekest some measure of involvement, dost thou not?
I know what you're trying to do. Let's keep things simple. Miscommunication can also prove to be dangerous.
I suppose 'tis so.
You know about me and my organization. That much is clear. But I wish to know how you managed to find us and what this means going forward.
I see thou art a man of learning. Good. This doth signify that reason is thy foremost tongue. I first espied thy small company whilst attending a gathering of mine own peers. We are a few, yet a most vigilant folk, who hold the safety and continuance of our kind above all else. Outsiders are seldom welcomed. Aye, there have been a scant handful of desperate souls who sought refuge among us. Some we did admit under bonds most binding, while others were turned away by civil decree, should they presume to overstep. Yet, to mine astonishment, one did contrive to slip past our safeguards. In time, we discerned her presence. She made a valiant attempt to flee. Much we learned ere she was rent asunder by angelic steel.
There goes Subject 392.
Mine own inquiry and curiosity hath now led me unto thee, James. I would make it plain that I bear thee no grudge for pursuing thy quest. I do commend the pursuit of knowledge, and seek not to forbid it. Yet I hold that a modest alteration is meet and necessary.
Go on.
Are you being secretive because of fear of opposition? Or some other reason?
If I manipulate others into doing what I want, there is nothing to be learned. Natural decisions and behaviors are how I wish to obtain my desired results.
Is that so? Thy small companions from the shadows were ere long discovered, which hath brought about this meeting betwixt us. Thy methods and thy personal creed do not accord.
I depend on my associates to do what I do. Believe it or not, it used to be just me. I would do all my snooping and data collection myself. The only reason I decided to expand and start relying on others was because I realized just how much there was to do. I could not possibly do it all by myself. By the time I would finish a certain case study, the previous 3 would already be outdated and useless.
Such is the toll we must needs pay.
Subject 392 is yet another example that I can't fully rely on anyone to get the job done. Despite the training I provide them, they're sloppy, uncoordinated, and cannot improvise if something goes wrong.
Dost thou truly hold that imposing thy methods and strategies upon others is a thing of efficiency?
I am teaching, instructing. I already allow lenience on how a subject may go about their assignments. Subject 002 is a good example. He's obedient and follows orders, but sometimes goes off the book. I allow that because it's not gotten him caught. Yet, He's been around long enough to understand what is prohibited.
Perchance the numbers thou dost assign unto thy subordinates serve some design of which I am yet unaware.
Anonymity, mostly. But it also allows me to keep track of them easier.
That doth strip them of their humanity, doth it not? These souls thou dost employ may seem mere numbers to thee, yet 'tis easy to forget that each possesseth their own tale and their own heart.
I know that better than anyone, but you have already proven my next point. This line of work is dangerous. Everyone who accepts my recruitment is made aware of the risks, yet they continue to provide their services for me. Should I begin to emotionally care about a subject, my decisions would begin to be influenced by the need to protect them. I would not make the same decisions or correct calls. I've already made the mistake of becoming attached to a few subjects. Should something happen to them or they perish, I would be greatly affected.
I have been present to behold the passing of many I would call friends and loved ones. The sting of loss is hard to evade. I should know. Yet to bar oneself from the chance of it is far worse than enduring the grief itself.
Make no mistake, I do not see my workers as expendable. I still wish for their safety, but not in a way which would cause me grief should something happen to them. Take Subject 392 as an example. She was a fine subject. But when I heard the news that she was dead, I did not shed tears. Think of it this way. When children find a small, wild animal, let's say a turtle, they play with it and have fun. But then they make the mistake of naming it. They become attached. And when the parents inevitably tell the children to let the animal go, there's tears, begging, the whole shebang. The same principle can be applied here. Yes, all my subjects have names, but I prefer to use their assigned numbers. It's easier to say goodbye to a number than a name.
Thou must have pondered this matter greatly. Is this scheme devised to avert a like calamity? The loss of one tear and the sorrow that followeth thereafter?
I suppose intuition and wisdom do come with time. You've been here for a while, haven't you?
Centuries. Yet that doth not lessen mine awareness nor mine ability.
You've easily been here longer than I have, so you were likely already in power by the time I began my mission.
Then it followeth that thou didst in time learn of my high station and repute. Satisfy mine own curiosity now. When thy quest began with thee as the lone participant, didst thou at any moment turn thine eyes unto me to sate thy curiosity?
I did, though it was not as thorough as my current studies are. Back then, things were much different. No extermination story about, no allies in my mission, nor any ambitious hotels. It was simple. Whatever glimpses of information I did learn, I would jot them down like a schoolgirl in her diary. You were quite unique. Despite being the oldest and most experienced sinner in hell, no rumors or widespread panic was to be made. At that point, your reputation was all that was needed. You demonstrated your powers in the past, and centuries later, fear and avoidance was all that was needed. Even now, sinners who have not seen you demonstrate your capabilities know the societal norm is to scream and run. That is, until the oh-so-famous radio demon appeared one day. Now that was a chaotic time.
Verily, my entry into this realm was neither grand nor adorned with flourish. Alistair sought to display his prowess with fanfare. I perceived no cause to do likewise.
His bloodlust and power created widespread fear, leading to a reputation being swiftly established, even rival your own to this day.
Many lifetimes have taught me that both repute and power are fleeting. I seek such vanities no longer.
That's right. You retired at one point.
I would be most pleased to learn wherefore thou didst never strive to grasp power.
For more or less the same reason as you. I knew that seeking the spotlight and its glory also painted a target on your back. We scamper and claw our way over others to reach that shiny throne of reputation, power, the thrill of being feared and respected. But once that point is reached, you remain up there with no new goal until the next set of wishful sinners attempt to take your place by force. And you're just left to defend and stay there.
It seemeth thou dost comprehend more than I had afore imagined.
So, what does the oldest and wisest former overlord want with me?
Thy secrecy doth invite scrutiny. Those who catch but a glimpse of thee may yearn to learn more. Would this not hinder thy labors?
It absolutely would.
And what remedy hast thou devised for such unwelcome prying?
I have a solution.
Yet thou mayest eschew such measures by pursuing more forthright paths of learning. Be more forthcoming unto those from whom thou wouldst gain knowledge.
My sincerest apologies, but you're mistaken. Secrecy avoids interference.
Yet even so, it may serve as a beckoning unto scrutiny.
I have a fix for that.
Dost thou take pleasure in employing this means?
I do not take pleasure or feel guilt for the outcome. It's simply a necessity.
That said, I would have thee and thy followers either embrace more forthright ways, or henceforth keep wholly from my affairs.
I hope there is a chance for negotiation.
That doth depend upon what thou art offering.
This position feels familiar. I shall grant you privacy, but I still have much to learn from you.
I yet hold in esteem thy steadfast devotion and thirst for knowledge. With time and acquaintance, I may grant thee fragments of my past, and glimpses of how hell once was.
You will?
I perceive no cause to make thee mine adversary. Yet let it be known that the sole reason I grant thee this leave is that I was once as thou art, burning with a desire to know all, with more questions than stars in the firmament. That, and thy prior feats of secrecy. How long soever thou hast dwelt in this place, thou hast forged a most notable career in shadows and concealment.
Thank you. Now, to clarify things, I pull back my spies from within your circle, and you provide me with information from Hell's past?
In plain words, I am both sparing thee further strife with me, and instructing thee in the long history of this realm. From the coming of other overlords, to my own reckonings, even unto the princess and the tale of her origins.
It's a deal.
Excellent. Shall I regale thee with a tale anon?
Yes, please. But with haste if possible. I have a meeting soon.
Very well. Some time past, I do remember contending in duel with another mighty overlord of my age. Our strife was fierce, much like the clash betwixt Alistair and his rival brought by the devices of the television. This overlord's might was matched to mine own, and whilst I did defend mine honor and dominion, I knew full well that the victor would gain renown. In those days, lacking the vast outlets of media we possess now, tidings spread by word of mouth and letters. Each encounter, observed by eager eyes, gave rise to discussion that would last the ensuing year. I prevailed over this foe, defending mine honor and securing both my station and his lands. In time, he vanished from sight. Whether his life was ended or he withdrew into hiding, I cannot recall. Yet his disappearance did not but elevate my standing. In that era, I prized power and prestige above all. It would not be for centuries thereafter that I came to understand the enduring nature of my presence, and that power and glory hold their places not forever.
Fascinating.
Until we meet again, James, I shall heed thy call and return to regale thee with yet another tale.
That'll do. Thank you. I shall call off any observation on you.
I am glad, likewise, that we have reached such an accord.
Of course. But you should know that my informants will continue their work in observation of others. They will simply exclude you.
The affairs of others concern me not. So long as thy spies keep their distance, I hold no quarrel with thee prying into the privacies of other folk. If such be the labor upon which thou wouldst spend thine own freedom and ours, so be it.
Should I also call off my informants who observe Carmilla? Ah, there it is.
How long hast thou kept thine eyes upon her?
Long enough to know you two have become close.
I would be most grateful for it.
Understood. Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.